Hello, beautiful souls. How you doing? Welcome to session 11. My gosh, it's kind of sad, but it's not because honestly, you could redo the whole program if you wanted to, and it'll help you deepen in even more. Just as a suggestion. I mean, I'm sad to see you go. I know this isn't the end. This isn't the end of the journey. And I mean, I will certainly have stuff that I continue to create and put out there. So, um, this is ongoing for sure. But session 11, knowing that there's 12 total, it just feels a little, ah, like we're coming to the end. Um, but I do encourage you to explore the idea of repeating the program over again because you can continue to deepen in each time you go through. Like for example, I recently started over myself. So I do the same program and stuff, and I started over myself. I had some stuff come up where I had come so far, like so far in my healing, and I was just like feeling really good, and I had just like a heart full of forgiveness and really transmuting the pain and the feelings of like, having been in the victim space and being like, life has happened so beautifully for me, forgiving people who were key players in like the pain that I experienced in life. And then it all came back. Um, and I started like feeling a lot of shame and a lot of hurt. And I realized, oh, I did the work of, you know, navigating these experiences and healing my trauma from the pain that others caused me. And then I started facing the stuff that I've done to people and the role that I played as the villain in other people's lives. And so I've had to start healing that, and it's hard. So anyways, I say that to say like there are ebbs and flows. We're gonna go up and we're gonna go down and we're gonna circle around and we're gonna feel great and we're gonna feel really bad. Just continues. Um, and it gets better and better because now what I can say on a positive note is even though I'm facing this and I'm like, shoot, thought I was good, thought I was done, I thought it was over. Like now I know what to do. So I know how to process that pain in my body. Because if I had faced that, if I had been faced with those like true feelings of like where I was the villain, um, earlier before I healed as much as I have, I mean, I wouldn't be doing well, right? We are such loving beings that as soon as we recognize that we hurt someone, it's really hard to cope with that and holding ourselves accountable and saying, yeah, I freaking did that. I caused that pain. I I chose to act that way. Like I did that. It's and like knowing that it's coming from our, like our lower selves or like when we were younger and stuff and didn't know any better, it's still like, gosh dang it. But knowing how to process that through our bodies, knowing how to find forgiveness for ourselves and loving ourselves so much that we are willing to put ourselves through that. Um, that's the gift. And that's the value here. And in any format or from any person, or even if it's just within, just knowing that you have the tools and the knowledge and you've already done it. Like you have capacity to be able to face what needs to be done in order for you to continue your healing and build the connection to self so that you can embrace your gifts and become more powerful and be that person for somebody else. Be that savior, that support. So, anyways, that was a long introduction. I'm going to share my screen so we can get into session 11. Yay. Let me see here. All right, session 11. Envisioning what's next on your growth journey. In today's session, we're going to reflect on your progress, explore the energy you've built, and map out the next steps for your spiritual and personal growth. Let's start by celebrating the progress that you've made. What signs and synchronicities have you noticed recently? Are you writing them down? I know we talked about them in detail in a previous session and stuff. So what are you noticing? What signs and synchronicities are coming up? Share them in our group, share them in the community forum. Even if it seems silly, even if you don't believe it, should should believe it. It's real. Because even if it's not, like even if the like heart-shaped rock was not from my mom, okay? Even if I just like happened to come across a heart-shaped rock and it wasn't necessarily from my mom, but it reminded me of her, made me think of her. It probably brought a warm feeling up where I could, I don't know, feel her presence. I mean, that's real. So, understanding, oh, excuse me, how have these moments shaped your understanding of your spiritual path? And what achievements in your practice are you most proud of? It's a really good time to take that time and just kind of brainstorm, jot these things down, take notes. All right. So let's discuss any obstacles that you've encountered along your journey. There have definitely been obstacles. What challenges have appeared? How might these be signals from the universe, offering guidance or helping you make adjustments in your path? Have any doors closed for you? Have any doors opened for you? Um, it's it's efforts like this, it's huge life-changing events like this, even though it's been small, like, transmutable steps along this process over the course of almost 3 months now. Um, but it's still really like it's so impactful, and I mean it might be changing your relationships. It might really feel like things are falling apart. And when things are falling apart, it feels icky, it feels difficult. And um, it's also exciting because it's really like, okay, what's going to be put back together? It's a chance for things to be rebuilt, reconfigured, and just shifted into something that's more in alignment with your highest good. So celebrating the pain, celebrating the struggles, and the oh my gosh, the hardships that come up, right? It's all good. Celebrating those challenges. It's all good. And of course, celebrating the good, celebrating the things to get excited about. I just put a lot of emphasis on recognizing the impact of challenges and how I just know that they're coming up for you because that's what this work is. It's going to bring up stuff where it's like, is this in alignment with your highest good? Do we need to get rid of it? Or do we need to change something about it? Or like in relationships, right? Like this relationship is your mirror. What's coming up? What needs to shift? That can be really hard because we want to place blame on the person that we're in relationship with that's causing us this pain and stuff, but really we need to go within, say, that really triggered me. Why is that? They may be being a dick. They may be, you know, quite deserving of a verbal lashing, right? From you for you to tell them off and stuff, but it's still showing you something. It's still showing you something in yourself that still needs to heal. Now, consider the energy and awareness that you've built throughout your journey. Where do you feel called to direct this energy next? How can the intuitive signs you've been noticing help guide you in choosing your next steps? So, this may be, um, needing to dive further into some shadow work. Um, this may be that things have come up where you're like, wow, I'm like really noticing some strange occurrences that feel like maybe dead people are talking to me. It could be that you are like, I feel like I can read people's thoughts, right? Like what is coming up to you that feels kind of foreign, but also exciting and like, you know, like the opposite of foreign, like but you can recognize that seems familiar, that seems like something that like, oh, I think this is a gift that's gonna lead you towards your next steps. What's coming up for you? So let's take some time for a life inventory exercise. So this can be really fun, it's just like something that helps sort of zero in on what is actually important to you. So begin by listing everything you feel called to achieve or experience. It could be spiritual goals, personal development, milestones. Highlight the ones that resonate with your current energy, and then choose one that feels like your magnificent obsession, a goal that you feel deeply compelled to pursue. So go ahead, make that list. You can pause the video and just list everything that you feel called to experience or achieve, you know, whether it's a new job, making more money, um, deepening into your intuitive gifts. Like your clairs, whether it's like clairvoyant, clairsentient. Um, there's more, and I know them, but I'm not gonna list them all. Can't think of them all right now on the top of my head. But what is it? What is it that you hope to achieve? Experience. You want to buy a boat? You want to sell your house and go live off the land in the middle of nowhere, have a farm? Do you want to buy a new car? Do you want to get rid of your car and start riding your bike? Do you want to not have to work? Like, what are all the things that you hope to experience? Spiritual goals. Do you want to be able to read tarot for people? Do you want to build a stronger relationship with God and start going to church? What are they? Take some time. And even if, like, you don't have to force this, you may notice that it's getting harder to actually make the list. Like you may notice that you're so full of joy and in love with your life that, there's really not much to add. You're already experiencing it all. You can write that down too. You might want to freaking burn the whole place down, start over from scratch, you know, and then highlight the ones that resonate with you most. Could be all of them, fine. Could be one. If it's none, then, probably feeling pretty good. You're probably like, oh, I've already done it. I've already achieved it. And I doubt that. Not because I doubt you. I just know that we are worthy and destined for more. So, what is your magnificent obsession? All right. So as we look ahead, integrate spiritual practices into your daily routine to focus on your energy. Embrace your magnificent obsession, and maybe write that on a post-it note and keep it somewhere visible so you can see it and be reminded of it. Keep a daily journal to track the synchronicities guiding you. Practice meditation, visualizing your goals, and use affirmations that reinforce your path. Keep it up. All right. What aha moments might you have had during this session? What new understandings about your personal power or spiritual path have emerged, and how did these insights shape your view of what's next? You can write it down. As we close today's session, continue focusing on the goals you've identified. And in our next session, we'll dive deeper into how you can use your intuition to guide life decisions and further your spiritual development. So, thank you so much for your trust, for your support. I'd really appreciate, on that note, I'd really appreciate a review. Um, you know, I can send you a template if that's helpful, but I would really appreciate it if you would just jot down some things about this experience and how you feel that it's been helpful for you. Also, feedback. I mean, I want to improve. I want to I want to perfect this as much as possible and make sure that the experience for my clients is impactful, useful. So if there's anything that you see that I need to change, or if you wish that something had gone a different way, or if, one session was different, whatever, please let me know. I would love to hear that feedback from you. And I appreciate it. I hope that you have a wonderful day. I'll see you in our Zoom, and yeah, keep it up.